Hey everybody, so I'm back right now. I actually just got in a very unique model today. This right here I have is the Renault's 1991 Truck of the Year, the Magnum in 1/43rd scale by Eligor Models. So this one I'd been looking for a Renault Magnum for a good while online, and I could not locate one. I mean, I did find quite a few. They were in like Romania, Russian Federation, Philippines, and I thought, no, I don't want to, hassle with the delivery might not getting to me. So I took a chance on this one, and I wasn't sure about it when I saw the pictures. I looked kind of looked a little on the cheap side. I mean, the pictures didn't do it any justice. So it was only like 60 some odd bucks. And I actually wanted one of the more recent Magnums, so it was kind of like, well, I don't know about the first generation, but I thought I'll give it a try anyhow. So I just got it out of the packaging, and wow, is this thing phenomenal. I am not disappointed. So, the cab on this one doesn't tilt, but you do get a very lot of details. Where do you start? And your classic solid block Renault cab. I mean, these things, there is nothing aerodynamic about them at all, really. So again, this was by Eligor Models. It did actually come with like mirrors and grab handles for the cab, but the thing is, they come in a plastic bag. You try and put them on, and they don't fit. So I let them go. It's like, no, I'm not gonna bother putting them on. So you got a little, almost like a little bed right behind the driver and passenger seat. A pretty fair amount of detail inside of the cab. You even have upper, almost like a skylight escape hatch right down there. So, and if you ever look online, let me scoot this ahead a little bit so I can kind of do a really close downward angle. At the Renault Truck of the Year from like 1991, I think there's like one video and it shows all these kids just like climbing right over the thing. And I thought, well, why didn't they just open it up so they could let them look inside? I love how this thing is in like, gray and white. It like really shows of the 90s. I don't know if that's just me. So your A, let me back up real quick. Let me back up. You got A500 badging right on the door. And the thing about these is one of the reasons why the cab sits up so high is because when it tilts, it's a solid flat floor. You don't have any like dog house or engine tunnel running. So no visors, just a little contour to the upper cab. And I believe it's I want to say it's a 4x2. No tandems on these guys at all. So looking, ooh, I love how it's in this like brick house red. So, and I still got a little bit of styrofoam on the tire. Yeah, a little right there. I'll peel that off later. You got your drive shaft, your two fuel tanks. Of course, this is way before the days of like emissions regulation. So, and the only thing I know about the Renault Magnums is they were prone to like electrical problems. So now I don't know if they ever. I think they discontinued the Magnum. I want to say it was in like 2013 for it's like the Renault T Premium, if I'm saying that right. So you got your catwalk right back there. And the fifth wheel, interestingly enough, has some up and down movement. You have the wheel fenders right there. And I believe that's your like air cleaner. Sorry about that, going right there. And this was the basic, I think the only cab size that the Renault Magnum came in. So the French, you don't really see like big K100 mega sleepers at all. Like that size dimension, no Peterbilt, like 362s, nothing. I mean, I think it was a Scania top line. That one actually has a pretty big cab, but as far as the Magnum, nah. So if you guys ever see the Transporter with, I think it was like Jason Statham, that was a Renault Magnum they used in that chase. You guys can watch it though. And I think that's watching that film, that's where I fell in love with the Renault Magnum. I thought, yeah, I gotta have that one. Especially where Jason Statham goes flying out the front windshield. That was like a newer generation in, I think like solid maroon. But anyways, yeah, when it came to a little bit of diversity in my collection, I really wanted to get a Renault Magnum because it, you know, when you have a whole collection of KWs and Peterbilts and even Volvos, it gets a little boring. Like, okay, is this all you got? Where's some? So, your basic white, and I can't get over how I love that brick house red. Another thing I noticed is that when I pick it up, it kind of like the driver's side, the skirt seems to have a little bit of looseness, a little bit of play. So when I set it down, the cab kind of wobbles a little. I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, it gives it, picking it up, kind of gives a suspension feel, even though the cab doesn't lift and there's no suspension. But Renault. All in all, a very cool piece. Good job, Eligor. Alright, well, I think I'm going to leave it there, but if you guys have any questions, as always, do drop them, and I'll be back.